Hi everyone, welcome back to Fishing with Trin. Today I'm going to be showing you guys the rig I use. I never fail to catch on this rig. It always presents really well. Absolutely love it. I'm going to be showing you guys how I make it and what I use to make it. The rig I'm going to be showing you guys how to make is the D-rig. So to make this rig you'll need a decent pair of scissors, a hook pulling tool, some bait screws of your choice, a hook of your choice. I use the micro barbed claw in size 6 by 1/4, and then you'll need some hook link material. So to start this rig off, you'll need an appropriate length of coated hook length. I normally just pull off what, I kind of just eyeball it as to what will be long enough. Cut that off and you're left with your material. Next you want to grab the hook of your choice. And you want to start by forming a whipping knot. So for the whipping knot, you'll need the hook shank in your hand like that. You want to leave a good sized tag end, probably like that. You want to create a loop with your hook link material. You want to make sure that's pinched up nicely in there. Make this as long as you need it, because what you'll need to do is go round the hook, the shank, go round again, and now on this turn you want to make sure that your hook link goes in between the two. Now this can be very fiddly to do, but you want to make it so that it creates that figure of 8. Pull that in and continue working down with your whipping knot 4 to 5 times. Pinch that end in nicely and start slowly pulling the tag end. This will then pull up nicely. You can unravel that and give that a nice pull. You then end up with your whipping knot. What you want to do next is spin the whipping knot so that this excess lines right up along the back of the shank. I don't know how well the camera is picking this up. You then want to slide the whipping knot down the hook. You want it just so that the top of the whipping knot is in line with the hook point. You can cut this tag end off. Next you want to grab the bait screw of your choice. I like these long metal ones. I tend to find that they hold a lot better on more fragile boilies, whereas the plastic ones, where they're quite thick and short, they tend to break your boilie apart. You want to slide on your bait screw of choice. Slide that all the way down to the bottom. Grab the hook link material left and pass it through the back of the eye. As you can see now, we're starting to create that D shape. Now you can pull this as tight or as loose as you want. I prefer it nice and tight to the back of the shank. And you then want to start creating your knotless knot. To do the knotless knot, as I just saw, you pass the remaining hook link material through the back of the eye. You then grab what's come through and you whip it round. I normally do 6 or 7 times, and then you want to feed that back through the back of the eyelet. Now I'm struggling as this is quite thick hook link material, but once I get this going, which I just have, you want to pull that through This will then tighten up. I'm going to give it a little bit of a lick just to wetten it up, and I'm then going to grab my hook pulling tool. I'm going to make sure that's nice and tight. After that, I'm then going to readjust how the material is sitting around the shank, because as you can see where I've pulled the knotless knot, this has gone quite tight and it's become unaligned. So I'm going to spin these round until they're in the desired position and the desired shape. Now there is your D-rig. For the end, a lot of people choose different ways to attach it. I just create a simple overhand loop, pull that nice and tight. And again, you can then cut your tag end. And that is how to tie the perfect D-rig.